It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see Dalvin Cook. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Vikings and the Jets, and it kicks off next on
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Jordan Hicks brought him down. No gain on the play. Brings up second.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. He gets it underneath to Hall. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. There's Hall bringing in another one. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he'll find Hall.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers completes it to Hardman. And he is going to have a Jets first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab, taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 21 carries, 104 yards, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
John Franklin Myers on the tackle. It's a gain of 2.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Cook again. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Jets will take over. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 4.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of a yard.
Cousins to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
And 9 yards to go.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Carl Lawson in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in primetime tonight. National audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall.
Rodgers pass.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Cousins.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
The Vikings sit 4-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne.
And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Here's Cousins. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. To throw again on second down. Cousins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
To the air again. It's Cousins.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Gain of 14. First down, Jets.
Hall ought to give up the middle.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one caught by Davis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up
On second down, a run with Hall.
Gets around him.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 12. First down, New York.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
First down, Jets.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown! Tyler Conklin, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
It's now 3rd and
the Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Rodgers going to throw. And his pass incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
incomplete.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is caught. It's Davis.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
Unbelievable.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead.
The kick is good.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
A first down throw for Cousins.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Incomplete.
Now Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Cousins. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
It's fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Davis.
Rodgers' pass complete to Corey Davis. It's a gain of 5.
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 27, Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
A gain of 12.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
Cousins now.
At the 42-yard line.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
J. Osborne. Incomplete. Brings up third down.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. John Franklin Myers able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Hardman to return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Finding Hardman here over the middle.
Rodgers' pass. Complete to McCole Hardman. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up
looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Now Rodgers, a free play. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Offside, defense. Can't do that.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Rodgers. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
It's third down.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
A gain of 7.
Call it a gain of 7. Out on the field.
back to the ground with Hall.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Rodgers. They will find Davis. That's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Complete to Corey Davis. A gain of 14. 1st down, New York.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0.
28.
A 10-play drive that time.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic?
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
By the Jets. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A handoff for Hall.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of 5.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And the Jets 1st down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
On the slant, he's got Davis.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
1st and goal, New York.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Jets open the lead up to 34-0.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Kickoff for the Jets.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Brings up 2nd down.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Around the NFL, third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 2.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Open man is Uzama. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers.
And he'll find Hall. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run here with Hall.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hall again on second down.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 30. The offense on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
DJ Wanham got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback.
Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And that is no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Cousins. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Defense.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Holding offense.
You got to be smarter than that, man. Come on.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down.
He'll fire it deep for Rager.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
2 yards on the pickup.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down.
That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Running left, it's Hall.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hall again on 2nd down.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
At the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the football going back to the Vikings offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
Cousins pass complete to K.J. Osborne. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second
From the 39,
and 3
Cousins.
at the 39-yard line.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Intended for K.J. Osborne. Incomplete.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Hardman on the return.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And the Jets will take over this offense, and Garrett Wilson headed back out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
82 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll go again with Hall.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
3-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll give to Hall. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brings up 3rd down.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4 but got 3.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A first down throw for Cousins. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
12 more yards.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Jets, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.